Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Earlier, we were talking about Mike Zimmer and the Dallas Cowboys, and now we're going to be diving into eco activists who glued themselves to the floor at a German supercar showroom. So, this is an interesting story. I don't know if you sent it to me, but I don't know if you read it or not.
What do you think you know the answer to this one?
The answer is probably no. You did not read it.
I did not read it. No, I have no clue. I'm like, I give Faith some things like I'll see a headline or something like that, and I do it because I don't want to know what it's about. I want to be surprised. I want to give you my original firsthand thoughts, not
Mm-hmm.
something that's pre-rehearsed. And so it looks like something that may be interesting. So I'll send Faith like 235 different emails and options. And then Faith will be like, nope, this is crap. That's crap. That's crap. Ooh, someone glued himself to the floor. Here you go, Tate. And so there you have it.
All right. Well, I'll get you up to speed. So,
Okay.
eco activists glued themselves to the floor at a German supercar showroom, demanding the government decarbonizes the transport sector. A group of eco activists had glued themselves to the floor of a Porsche showroom in Germany and had vowed to remain there until the demands for the government to decarbonize the German transport sector are met. The group of 9 activists from the Scientist Rebellion group glued their hands to the floor of a Volkswagen museum in the northern city of Wolfsburg, Germany. The eco-activists, most of whom were wearing white lab coats, have remained sitting on the floor, surrounded by the Porsches, for nearly 24 hours and are refusing to leave after spending the night there. Some of the activists are on a hunger strike, while others complain that Volkswagen had denied their request to have a bowl so that they could go to the toilet in a decent manner while they are glued to the floor. Um, Arguably a noble cause, but its execution seems more like a poorly thought out third grade tantrum. These are not my words. These are from.
Look at Faith trying to cover a little
These are
bit
not
there. Oh,
my
these were
words.
these are not my words.
It's from the article.
I'm just merely talking about an
Um,
article.
After just a few short hours, the eco demonstrators took to Twitter to complain that the glue was irritating their hands and that they were hungry and desperately needed the bathroom. Um, and I think a few of them were arrested. Hold on, let me double check that. Charlie. Oh, if they did not leave, they would be arrested. So I don't know. I'll double check whether or not they got arrested or not.
Okay, let me make sure I understand something correctly with this one because, like I said, I did not read this, so I'm getting it. The big thing about this story was weren't they upset because they weren't being treated well? They didn't like the way they were
Yes.
being treated. Can you
Mm-hmm.
clarify that a little bit more for
Yeah,
me?
so they were upset that the people of the museum were not giving them any sort of access to use the bathroom in a decent humanly manner. They had asked for was a bowl, and they told them no. And then I think at one point, because they were so hungry, they were asking like, can we order food here, whatever, whatever, and they basically told them no as well. So it was
Okay,
like
Faith, I got
they,
questions for you.
yeah.
All right. You're doing this from your home.
Uh-huh.
It's a beautiful home. I love the flowers in the background.
Thank you.
Once again, happy Valentine's Day. Much love to your boyfriend for handling business. But if you got up this morning and there was a robber in your place
Uh-huh.
and
I think I know where this is going.
and he was like, hey, you're trespassing. Get the hell out of my house.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm staying here. And so he decides to sit down. And after a while, he's like, hey, I'm hungry. Can you make me some breakfast? Can you get me some snacks? Oh, I love those Reese cups over there. Can you give me a couple of those? Well,
The
these people are breaking the law. They're
mm-hmm.
coming into this dealership. They're gluing themselves to the dealership floor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I am not talking about their cause. Is their cause just? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I commend them for their passion that they have for this.
Mm-hmm.
But there are consequences and repercussions for your actions.
Yes.
Don't come to a place. You got to be prepared. You can't, if you're going to be an activist, you can't be soft.
No.
You gotta be kind of tough, like we were talking about those roaches in Georgia. You gotta come prepared, ready to go. You go there, you gluing yourself to the floor, and you're like, hey, this glue is kind of rough on my manicure. It's
Yeah.
kind of itchy. Oh, I glued myself to the floor. I can't go to the bathroom. Well, you should have been prepared for that. Maybe they brought you a pair of Depends to be prepared. You're maybe. I don't think you thought this through. You were
Mm-hmm.
thinking you're gonna come in and get out. You should have had you some doubled up Depends and everything else. And don't be asking for DoorDash. I'm not DoorDashing you didn't glue yourself to my floor, my showroom,
Yeah.
and you want me to order you some Jimmy John subs and and some snacks. There's no orange slices and fruit cup for you for gluing yourself
No
to the
Skittles.
floor. There's no damn Skittles for your ass. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I do
And you
agree
want a
that
bowl to
it's
go to the bathroom? I'm not giving you my fine china for you to go to the bathroom. No, homie, you're glued to the floor.
mm-hmm.
You go to the bathroom when you leave.
I do agree that the reason they're doing this is a just cause, but I also agree that, if you are planning to glue your hand to the floor of a showroom, then you need to bring all the things that you need, because these people don't have to and probably don't want to help you out because you're interfering with their business and their life. So, if you're going to be there for 24 hours, don't you think you have to go to the bathroom in 24 hours? And if you're hungry, I understand you're on a hunger strike, but, if you're on a hunger strike, then that means you don't eat. You can't complain about being hungry if you're on a hunger strike. Also, like, I don't know if water was an issue at all either, but, bring water. They sell little catheters that you can put on your leg.
Listen,
Bring one of
I'm sorry.
those.
I think it takes another. It's not the cause. It's the audacity, the the stones it takes to say, "Hey, I've glued my hand to the floor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Twitter and complain because
Mm-hmm.
the glue's bothering my hand." Hey, it wasn't meant to be. This isn't hand glue to floor sold by Home Depot. So yes, you imagine. Yeah, it's gonna bother your hand a little bit.
Yeah, actually, one of them, his hand swelled up from the reaction to the glue, and he had to be taken to the doctor, and the doctors said the possibility of life-threatening blood clots in his hands, and recommended an immediate transfer to a hospital. So,
My man should
someone,
have thought about this. I mean, he should have thought through on this one. Like, you should have been going to Home Depot. Like, I'm like maybe test it on a little square of your hand first and make sure this is gonna work out. Just don't
yeah,
go there with just think about these things.
mm-hmm.
But to ask to say, hey, on Twitter, they won't let us go to the bathroom. Well, guess what? If you unglued your hand from the floor, they'd be happy to escort you out to a facility where there's a bathroom, maybe some
Yeah.
bars, but there will be a bathroom there. And if you want a nice lunch, don't glue yourself to the floor.
See, I am all for like peaceful protests on things that you feel strongly about. But, don't break the law while doing it. Gluing your hand to a showroom floor, that would be considered trespassing, I would feel, right? It would be
It's
trespassing.
100% trespassing.
Yeah.
But,
So,
wait a minute though. I'm going to give you a little something different. Nobody does protest to the level that the French and the Germans do. And the Germans are nothing compared to the French. Have you been seeing what the French are doing right
I
now about
knew
the farmers?
I haven't
Whoa,
seen about the farmers, but I knew at one point there was lots and lots of trash that wasn't being taken out, and they were just leaving
girl.
trash on the street. Um,
They're going through Paris and throughout France. They having big giant tankers full of animal feces. They're spraying it on buildings and everything.
oh my god.
Big semi trucks are dumping trash and old tires and everything else and setting it on fire. They are, I mean, they are
Yeah.
next level the way they protest. The Germans are a lot, from what I've seen with the Germans, and I love the German people. Um, they're a lot more organized, but they're not like the French, man. Wow. I mean, they're going around. Look up, you know, French protests and just look at some of the videos real quick. You'll see it. Maybe look through. It doesn't matter where you go, but if you look and you see, they're just got giant tankers, hundreds of gallons of animal feces, just spraying it all over buildings everywhere, setting stuff on fire. It is like nothing I have ever seen. We do not protest in America like they
No.
do here in Europe.
No, we
Oh,
don't.
wow.
No, we just destroy buildings, but
But man, they do it all. They do it all.
yeah.
And it's like I was feeling bad. Like, man, if you, especially Paris is the most visited city in the
Mhm.
world. All
Yeah,
these
it
tourists are
makes
coming in, and it is like, man, they're destroying the city right now. Or they were. That was last week. I don't know about this week.
that's
But
crazy.
are you seeing any of it?
Yeah.
I
Goodness
mean,
gracious.
describe what you're seeing there, Faith.
So what I'm reading right now is there oh, when was this? When was this reported? Oh, this was January 31st. On January 31st, there's a story from France 24. Um, there were 10,000 protesting farmers on French roads, blocking 100 spots along major roads. So, with that, they're not allowing people to get by anywhere. There's 10,000 farmers blocking roads.
And guys, it's not like, oh, that's no big deal, 10,000 farmers. No, it is 10,000 farmers with semi trucks and tractors that are on there. There's 10,000 farmers and there's 10,000 semi trucks and tractors that are putting on the road. My buddy Alex, the guy earlier,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he has a home here in Portugal and one in Germany. And so he was driving in and it took him like an extra like 5 to 7 hours because all the roads were blocked by the farmers. They don't play.
No.
They shut things down. Everything comes to a screeching halt. You're just stuck. If you fly into Paris, you're not getting out of Paris until things are under control. The Germans are the same thing. If you look at some of the protests, there's tractors everywhere. They're pulling the tractors out of the field and they're lining them up, blocking everything. So
That's
they do not play Europe does not play when it comes to their protests. Uh,
yeah.
and yeah, it's very interesting how they do things. It's just as I live in Europe, you just learn that America and Europe are just very different,
Mm-hmm.
but so much a lot the same. but very different in many ways as well.
Yeah.
And both are wonderful. I mean, I respect the fact that these people that are protesting are putting their life and what they believe on the line. So I don't want to take light of that.
Yeah, no,
I'm making light of, if you're gonna do something like that,
be prepared.
don't get upset that you're not getting Jimmy John's delivered and you're not getting juice boxes and a porter potty, because that's just not gonna happen. You gotta take the bitter with the sweet on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, guys, with that, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have our Valentine's Day special oddities of the day.